Una good evening, my fellow Ambazonians. Merry Christmas for all, man. Merry Christmas for all, una. We don't come today so when a Christmas day for can Paul Bia don't receive a Christmas gift. Yes, Paul Bia don't get Christmas gift today. So not really good news for the Ambazonian people. As one can give una a big breaking news. We don't come up for that side for the border between Cameroun and Central Africa. Yes, one can give una the big news. The rebel that they move into Cameroun for go take over Cameroun. So my people, when I can't find, La République don't finish. The scatterization of La République du Cameroun by rebels. It don't start. So when I come well, we will start small time. We will start small time. I hope say all when I don't get all when I get a good Christmas evening. I hope say when I spend some time with our families them and with relatives, with friends, with community members them. I hope say when I stay safe. Well, now Christmas Day though, so like pop the rebels they don't give pop their Christmas gift. So I don't come for can't give a big breaking news. Now two news I get them for all week today. The first news for one give now the news where the Ambazonia Defense Forces, the big operation where they don't carry them for that side for Oku. The big operation they don't carry them for that side for Oku. Now the first news that I go give now, and then I go bring una this other news where they don't come up for that side for the border town between Cameroon and Central Africa. Yes, Ambazonians. Probably I go see something. So now the two news and that one can give now, and una go see what the enter inside La République. Probably I go hear something for this time around. As they be talk, probably I go confirm. I hope so I talk and fine. All right. The talk say with the TV now. Two good news we don't come out today. Two big fat news. All right. So my fellow Ambazonians, even though na Christmas Day, war did it go on. And so today, we're on about 25 day for the month of December, na Christmas Day. Paul Bia don't get a big Christmas gift. We don't come up for that side for the rebel groups them. The Cameroon rebel group where they for near the Cameroon border with Central Africa, they don't send Paul Bia a big message. Secondly, Ambazonia Defense Forces for that side for Oku, they don't compromise La République du Cameroun. So now the two news and that one get for break and for una. First, maybe we start by me for thank all our people them across the globe. Say this day don't come, they celebrate Christmas, and as they celebrate Christmas, I will be talking yesterday. They celebrate Christmas. They are conning eye, it look and it check what it happen. So the soldier them they know say at Christmas time, they know say the enemy go to move around. So the Ambazonia Defense Forces, were people then where they be specialized for carry for play the music where they make boom 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 with the loud to boom. Yes, that kind of music. So now way today, the defense forces them for that side for Oku. The Ambazonia defense forces them for that side for Oku. They don't plant some big ambush for the enemy, for Cameroun occupier. As Paul Biya talks here, they say, place where the war they now, because he get Amoka, if he work anyhow, he forces if he work anyhow for Ambazonia. Now Ambazonia force, Ambazonia defense forces, they tell you, say, Paul Biya, not before this inside Ambazonia, because we don't adopt technology, we go destroy una. So now in this, una here.
Oui, je vais chercher.
This video where una the watch am. Now the video of the action of Ambazonia Defense Forces for Oku. We have brave forces them under the command of General Bush Rambo or Captain Bush Rambo. They launch a big ambush for the new technology where ADF don't develop them for which they call and say the Ambazonia Institute of Technology. When Sabi say the Ambazonia Defense Forces, they don't create what they call them Ambazonia Institute of Technology for Kumkumais La République du Cameroun. So this new technology where ADF don't develop them. Now the technology they don't use them today. They use them today for tell Paul Biya say inside Ambazonia, any place where Paul Biya and the army they enter inside Ambazonia, now a no-go zone. Now they don't compromise La République du Cameroun, they are Amoka. And now in this, Ambazonians, when I take una eye, when I chop Christmas, for what see una boys, they do them. Even for inside, even for La République, they are Amoka. Now in this.
Comme ça.
Oui.
Comme ça.
Now in that.
Ah, le bouquet. Tu laisses comment? Non, ça va, ça va. Non, ils vont te faire les soins. Essaye un peu de te coucher.
Comme le coup, ça fait plus mal. Arrête-moi ça, comme ça.
Oui.
Comme ça.
Oui.
Comme ça.
Now in that. Ambazonians. Now on the defense forces and that. Now the good work of the ADF that. And then that.
Ah, le bouquet. Tu laisses comment? Non, ça va, ça va. Non, ils vont te faire les soins. Essaye un peu de te coucher.
Comme le coup, ça fait plus mal.
When I see him, see the one where they sleep for down. When I see him, now them that. Now the Amoka that. Where ADF jam. Now the first news that where the Ambazonia Defense Forces, the jam Paul Biya I Amoka as our forces they don't develop a technology for make sure say they fit fight La République du Cameroun for anywhere and for any corner. But the main news we are actually want bring up for una because I know say when I already see this other video we don't come off outside. But so we want to take this time before we go for that other sweet news. This one is sweet news too because we compromise them inside Ambazonia when a sweet news. I want cut cafe for General Bush Rambo or Commander Bush Rambo. I want cut you cafe of the Ambazonia Defense Forces for the good work where you don't use this new technology. Where we don't talk say they say La République du Cameroun, whether na for armor car or na for aeroplane, Ambazonia go create weapons where they go destroy La République du Cameroun. Anywhere for Ambazonia, any place where La République du Cameroun dey, as long as the Ambazonia Defense Forces it operate for that place, and our sister forces that they operate for that place, whether they come na for aeroplane or they come na for armor car, we don't develop technologies for compromise la République du Cameroun. They must pack out of Amazonia. Cameroon will pack out. Because then they be things say, when Paul Biya go buy this, their armor car. They think say they go to hide inside armor car. And for occupy Amazonia. Not be for this generation. Not be for this 21st century. Not be as we don't woke up for tell Paul Biya, say the occupation must come to an end. Cameroon, occupation of Amazonia, it must come to an end by this generation. Now our responsibility is, I will go use any means necessary for end Cameroon occupation. Their armor car will get a cure for their armor car. Will get means for eliminate their armor car. In fact, I get other news. I go the reveal for una tomorrow. I go wait until tomorrow for reveal the other news. For waiting ADF, it don't develop for Amazonia. I go to tell that una that news tomorrow. So we want to take this moment first. Now for thank Commander Bush Rambo of the Amazonia Defense Forces, which he boys them, where they carry out this big action for bring down this La République du Cameroun, their armor car. One armor car don't be taken off the road. When Asabi say this thing, they go borrow plenty money for buy this armor car, for them for use the armor car then, for maintain La République military presence for Amazonia. We always get a solution. Now the generation this. Now make a take when I go for that side for Central African Republic, the border for Central African Republic and La République du Cameroun. When Asabi say 2 weeks ago, we can't tell when I say Cameroon Minister of Foreign Affairs, he write an emergency letter for Senam for Paul Biya, the colonial dictator of La République du Cameroun. For one Paul Biya say something they way it form, something they way it develop for the border between Cameroon and Central African Republic. Something they develop for there. The Cameroon Minister of Foreign Affairs, he warned Paul Biya. He said if the Cameroon military, the Cameroon Secret Intelligence Services, and the Cameroon Security Forces, if they not do something quickly, the problem where it is start for the border between Cameroon and Central African Republic, it go be na the problem where it go bring Cameroon down. It go be na the problem where it go bring Paul Biya down. It go be na the problem where it go destabilize the entire Cameroon. We be tell una 2 weeks ago. Now we can reveal that letter for una. We publish that letter for all una. I want can give una an update. Today when a Christmas day, the rebel group, the group when a Cameroonese for the eastern part of Cameroon with the share border with Central Africa. Those boys when they don't organize themselves for talk say the end of Paul Biya don't come. Say they must move Paul Biya for power. Now by fire and now by force. Those boys they rise up, they rally themselves, and they did them plenty because we get the videos and we get the pictures as these guys that send with all those things. Today, not be only the rebel group from the Cameroon side, the biggest rebel group for Central African Republic. They don't also join with this other rebel group for inside La République du Cameroun. They don't join. So the Cameroon rebel group for we want bring down Paul Biya, it gets support, direct support from the biggest rebel group for Central Africa. That biggest rebel group for Central Africa, they don't sign an alliance. They don't sign a deal for say, then they go support the Cameroon rebel group for the eastern part of Cameroon for help for move Paul Biya for power. for help them, for make sure say they use guns for bring down the colonial dictator of Cameroon. We be also tell una say the Ambazonian strategy, the strategy where Dr. Abacho, the president of Governing Council of Ambazonia, and the leader of our War of Independence, the strategy where he lay for the Ambazonian people, for Ambazonian, what would you call and say the Ambazonian strategy? It be mean say that strategy, it go weaken Cameroon to the point where uprising go there for Cameroon. Because Cameroonians them, they not be fit for organize themselves, for woke up and for fight Pobia and bring down Pobia. Because they be see Cameroon army like say it be over strong. They see their be like say it be like magic. They be there like ninja. We not fit fight them. Ambazonians don't prove to Cameroonese say they have army weak. Say they have be the weak. Say Cameroon gendarme and police the weak. So as Ambazonians, they don't show to Cameroonese. Say if we not just rise up and we not challenge them, we not go bring them down. The Ambazonian strategy, it weaken Cameroon. As Cameroon take all its resources, they carry all their best army, police, gendarme, be all what they get them. They go chuka for Ambazonia, and therefore it weaken them for be able to maintain peace and security for other parts of Cameroon. So it empower the weakness of Cameroon. Say Cameroon not be strong. They're not fit for fight this war for many fronts. They not get the capabilities. They not get the capacity. So the Ambazonian people, they don't empower and embolden and give courage and bravery to citizens of Cameroon. Say they're not supposed to take that nonsense from Pobia. Say they deserve better. Say they feel rise up and challenge the colonial dictator. They feel rise up and challenge their army, police, be gendarmes. Ambazonia don't teach Cameroonese. Say if they rise up, they go get a chance for move Pobia for power. And they go get a chance for create a government, put in place a government where it go be responsible for the people and it go be accountable to the Cameroonese people them and for them for be able for develop their own country and for their people them for be able for taste the blessings of prosperity. So the Ambazonian strategy also, una sabi say Dr. Ibacho for 2019, for April of 2019, for Dublin, they create what they call and say the Dublin Declaration. The Dublin Declaration, it be mean say the Ambazonian Defense Forces, they get right for help any group where it rise up within Cameroon. The Ambazonian Defense Forces, it go support that group with training, with intelligence, and with anything where they go help them for bring down Pobia. So the Dublin Declaration, it be give the Ambazonian Defense Forces the authority for support any indigenous uprising within La République du Cameroon and provide them the necessary training, education, and what they need them for rise up and bring Pobia down, because it go be now for the benefit of the Ambazonian people them for weaken Cameroon, destabilize Cameroon, destroy Cameroon until Cameroon part out of Ambazonia. This strategy now it don't help that group for the eastern part, for the Cameroon border between Cameroon and Central Africa. It help those boys them, empower them, and strengthen them. They don't organize themselves. Now that they get the kind of support where they actually need them. What did this one mean? Now say the Ambazonian strategy we promise for bring down Pobia. Not only for end Cameroon occupation of Ambazonia, but na say by the end Ambazonia won't finish with Cameroon, there will be no such thing left as Cameroon. The North will be cut off. Douala go to fight with Yaoundé. And Bafoussam will rise up on their own. All Cameroon will be divided into 4. By the time Ambazonia won't finish with Cameroon, by the time Cameroon won't pack out, there will be no such thing left of Cameroon as a country. Today, the video we want can see them. The video we want show now. Now for show now the strategy of Ambazonia, how it don't empower the indigenous people of Cameroon for the eastern part. Wait now for that's how we probably didn't come out. And the help where they get now from Central African rebels. Those rebels and the Central African fighters they don't come together. They cross over into Cameroon and capture the border town between Cameroon, where they for near Cameroon border and Central Africa. Make I upload the video for now for here because Cameroon don't finish. The end of Cameroon, it don't come as the Ambazonian people. They be promised Pobia. As we be promising as the leader for a war of independence and the Ambazonian Defense Forces, they promise Pobia. Say ADF. It not go only defeat La République du Cameroun for Ambazonia, but na say it go help all other groups them for rise up against Cameroon and for bring down Cameroon. Make I bring una this video when a Christmas gift for Pobia. Make I load the video for una. A very sweet news this. The end of Cameroon don't come. We'll see how Pobia go fight this one too. As in they say they fight. We'll go see how. They said they won't fight Ambazonia. Now we'll see how they will fight this war. Yes, we'll see how they will fight them. Make I upload the video for una. Make una heart over sweet. For sure say Ambazonia, their sense. Pobia don't touch the wrong generation. 90s. Oh yes. Aha. 90s. Here we go. Ambazonia, when I take una eye, when I chop Christmas. Na Christmas Day. Now in this, waiting when I see am, now the border town this between Cameroon, now the Cameroon side is for the border for Cameroon and Central Africa. Now their border this. When I go see how all those south, that's rebels for Central Africa, they cross and that gendarme, they not fit do anything because the rebels over plenty past gendarme and police and their small army there. When I watch, now gendarme that, they only look am. Now rebels and that they come, we jeep them.
Les rebelles viennent de prendre la frontière.
Les
rebelles viennent de prendre la frontière. Ça, c'est l'armée régulière, les FACA. Les FACA ont rejoint le Cameroun.
And then they don't take over. See, there's a plenty.
Faites la chaîne comme ça, allez comme ça, allez-vous comme ça, ne demandez pas, allez-vous là-bas.
Alliez-vous comme ça, comme ceci. Comme ceci, oui, oui.
Oui, faites un rang là-bas.
Un rang.
Faites un rang.
Nadia depuis au
Un rang.
Faites un rang.
Suivez-moi.
Faites un rang là-bas.
Voilà. Suivez le rang là. Colonne par un, par là. Oui, c'est bon.
C'est
bon.
Fellow Ambazonians, now this don't happen for on the front. Now rebels and that they don't cross right for the side for Cameroon from Central Africa. They can't join the other rebels. Now then that, now they, as they call them, frontier. Now then that they don't take over the town. The small Cameroon police and army what they did it, because the rebels they come them plenty. They don't fit do anything. They just that they look. That's what the people that they glad to take for the town. Now rebels and that don't cross border.
Les rebelles viennent de prendre la frontière.
The police, Cameroon gendarme, Cameroon army, they not even fit for shoot one small gun. They not even fit for resist them. They not fit. When I don't see them, no even one gun. Gendarme dede, that's so it shake. Army dede, that's so it shake. They see the number of them when they enter. Fear catch them. So my fellow Ambazonians, these guys that are moving, they advance into Cameroon. The destabilization of Cameroon, it don't start. Because Ambazonia don't weaken Cameroon. We don't destroy them. Their army be weak. And they don't get army safe. Because the small thousands of army where they get them. The Ambazonian strategy don't stretch them all across Ambazonia. They don't fit concentrate. Now then that even their own border, they don't fit defend our Central Africa. Even their own border with Central Africa, not fit defend them. Even their own country, they not fit defend them. Rebels, they just walk in. Rebels, they drive and cross into Cameroon. And small Cameroon, they not fit shoot one gun. Small Cameroon army, they not fit shoot one gun. That's how weak Cameroon be. All this one, now for tell the Ambazonian people, say will be the most intelligent people for this world. When the leader of our war of independence, it be tell we, say as we defeat Cameroon, it go help for inspire the people of Cameroon, for them to rise up and bring down Pobia. As these forces they move into Cameroon, the Cameroon colonial government, it no go get any choice than for start for move their colonial army, be police and gendarme from Ambazonia, send them back for that border because they don't get that much resources. They go start for move them. They don't even get this video because they send with this video directly from that place. And for tell you how far we be, how far they respect we, how far they respect the ADF, how far they respect the ADF. Now them directly send this video. Now for tell you now, the power of Ambazonia Defense Forces. And the Ambazonia Defense Forces, it will continue for provide these groups with the intelligence, the training, and the leadership for them for take over and bring down Pobia. Because as Cameroon they collapse, so Ambazonia they rise. Now part of our strategy. the chaos for Cameroon, the collapse of Cameroon, it also helped them for end Cameroon occupation of Ambazonia. Now, part of the strategy where the governing council of Ambazonia, it designed them and give them for the Ambazonian people. So why would it weaken them for Ambazonia, inside Ambazonia? We go also create a weak Cameroon, a destabilized Cameroon, a chaotic Cameroon, so that the center cannot hold anymore. And because the center cannot hold anymore, they do not get no choice for decide they want keep Cameroon together or they want continue for fight for inside Ambazonia. And the choice be very clear. Probably no go get any choice. Their choice, their last option for them for keep Cameroon together, they must leave Ambazonia. Dr. Ebana, one of the smartest human beings when it comes for these kind of things. The Ambazonia Governing Council, now one of the smartest leadership structure when it comes for these kind of things. Now a well-organized strategy, a scientific strategy where they don't lay them out. And when they see the effects today. Cameroon don't be so weak. With foreign rebels, they cross into their territory. They are small gendarmes, they're not fit for shoot one gun for air. What a disgraced people. What a humiliated people. What a bunch of weak people. And they call themselves, say they get a country. And they call themselves, say they get a president. And they call themselves, say they get a government. And they call themselves, say they get security forces. Now the biggest humiliation this for citizens of Cameroonese. Now the biggest humiliation this. When I live on foreign rebels, they cross enter on a country. And when I talk say when I get gendarme police, be an army. And they not fit defend one. Cameroonese. I want to talk for Cameroonese. I want to talk for all Cameroonese mami them. I want to talk for Cameroonese papa them. Most importantly, this my message for this part. Now for the Cameroonese youth. Under the current structure, under the current system, we will not get any future. What did they tell when I say emergence de 2035? I bet when excuse me, my language for 2035. That lie we probably the lie una say Cameroon go emerge for 2035. Na lie. We will not get any future. Because only the money where they don't borrow them, by the time 2035, we will not go fit for pay even the interest. And I go do another analysis for now. According to IMF and World Bank, for Cameroon for even emerged, for grow between now and 2035, Cameroon economy, it get for consistently perform at 5.5%. For Cameroon for reach, for the level, for even try for start, for woke up, for sleep. According to IMF and World Bank, when our economy get for perform at 5.5% GDP, consistently, and right now, we are only doing about 2.3. Currently, 2.3. And the projection between now and the next 10 years, we are there for deep fire. Cameroon there for deep shit. The only thing we go give the people of Cameroon hope, Cameroonese hope, na for rise up. Paul Biya is weak. Paul Biya be old. Now a old, weak man. The military don't finish. Una woke up, take back una country, mami them. Cameroonese mami them. Una woke up for una camp, for una streets. Una take over una country. The youth of Cameroon. See as una di suffer. One man don't govern una for 40 years. Una no get water for drink am. Cameroon don't be na the country where they laugh am throughout the world. Una rise up. Una only hope. Now for rise up and bring down this system. We don't keep una under poverty. We don't keep una jobless. We don't keep una frustrated. And it don't make una don't become a pitiful generation. Una rise up. Una only hope. Now for rise up. Una only hope. Now for organize una selves and battle the system. Now una only hope that. Most parts of Africa, they rise up. The entire world don't change. Una deserve better. Una deserve jobs. Una deserve good drinking water. Una deserve good hospitals. Una deserve good roads. Una deserve a government. When una elect them and they be accountable. A government where it bring development for una. Right now, what you wanna get on now a corrupt system where you only be interested now for take all the small money that they borrow them from the outside world. They take that money, they divide them among themselves. Make una not live and make 1% of una society. It keep the rest 99% of una society under poverty, under shame, under sickness, under disease. Una only hope. Una follow the Ambazonia example, the Ambazonian inspiration. As Ambazonian mommy they rise up, Ambazonian papa they rise up, Ambazonian boys they rise up, Ambazonian sister they rise up, Ambazonian piggy they rise up, and they challenge the Cameroon occupation of Ambazonia. And when I don't see them the last 4 years, Ambazonians they don't prove themselves to be a determined, a brave, and a courageous generation for not take any shit from anybody. For end Cameroon occupation and end the fraudulent union. The future of Ambazonia be very bright. As Ambazonia they gain a freedom, we no want to see a destabilized Cameroon. We want to see also a peaceful Cameroon. As Ambazonia they gain a freedom, as Ambazonia they take back control of its sovereignty and a recognized state within the international system. Make una also rise up. Una organize on ourselves. Una deserve am. Una deserve a better future. Una deserve a better life too. Because for Ambazonia, the freedom of Ambazonia do already be secure. The sovereignty of Ambazonia do already be secure. This generation, it go finalize the end of that fraudulent union and Cameroon occupation. No, my advice is for all now. Una deserve am. Not enough is save Cameroon. Not enough is save the Bias regime. It be bound for collapse. Cameroon be bound. If una not rise up and take back una country, una no go get a country again. Because the people for the north, they don't be so frustrated. 97%, 93% of the northern population, they never even get first school living certificate. The whole northern Cameroon, far north, they don't get light. A whole part of our country, the people don't get light. They never even get basic drinking water. So them too that they organize themselves for cut themselves out of Cameroon because of the frustration of poverty, the frustration for lack of development, lack of infrastructure, lack of basic necessities for life. They organize themselves for cut themselves off. We get thousands, we get hundreds and thousands of videos and pictures. May not be our place where they put those things outside now until those guys, they fully organize themselves and they start the music for that side. So too, they see evidence from the side for the Western province as they organize themselves. We get videos and pictures of their training camps. We get videos and pictures of training camps for Douala as they organize themselves. So too, we get videos and pictures of training camps for that side for Sang Melema as people that they organize themselves. When I join the resistance for bring down Pobia. When I join the resistance for take back una country so that una fit create a better future for all una. All other parts of the world that they grow, that they improve, that progress be. Why not only una? See Nigeria. See Nigeria. See Nigeria. See the development, just Calabar alone. The economy for Cross River State, a big past the economy of the entire Cameroon. The GDP of Cross River, a small state for inside Nigeria, their GDP, a big past the GDP of Cameroon. Just one small state for Nigeria. We are not allowing ourselves to remain in darkness forever. We follow the examples of the Amazonian people. We rise up and we take back our country. Pobia don't finish. The time on this earth don't finish. In fact, we get evidence say Pobia instead prepare for run. It go run live in an empty country. They not get any system we feel safe now. Now only when I feel safe in ourselves. Now Christmas Day this. The rebels, they don't move in. The rebels, they don't move in. So we organize ourselves. As the rebels, they move in, we join the rebels. We take back our country. All right? So fellow Ambazonians, now the news this week don't come out for our side. Now very good news this. Now things in this will be don't predict them for now. Say a weak Cameroon, all these groups, they go rise up. And when I don't see them, the rebels around the cross from Central Africa, they reach for border, they janam the fear. They just leave them in the past. Janam the instead surrender. Cameroon army surrender. Cameroon police them for border, they surrender. Dr. Abibi one Pobia. Dr. Ibachobi one Pobia. So you don't touch the wrong generation. You don't touch the wrong generation. This war we declare for Ambazonia. It not only been a war we declare for Ambazonia, but the biggest mistake for Cameroon history. Because it not go only end Cameroon occupation of Ambazonia, but it go be at the end of Cameroon as a country. I promise this. Thank you plenty. We continue for enjoy ourselves while Cameroon continue for fall and for collapse. All right? We'll talk on tomorrow. We'll bring more good news tomorrow. Now live for now. Now Christmas Day too for this side.
Menemo, I have fuck it. I'm tak better with international. My friend is a freestyle, but in my bed with different storylines, with different punchlines. A Jongzo and a more universal rapper.
AJ on track.
Namtina no anuru bang no obasada ko me ne kwa me miracle but in my raps ka chine mo rask menemo ango am bere nangaton akabere on YouTube tele kona indon tikirani life is strong alive na tamba to menemo awo when bere kap no when ka bere awo when ka no chumbo when ka kere binga saka mo ba ka chine mo ga mo fete mo bana cha mo kuma binga kam ina backup ma jam ka basanga no de ma hanko mo nuru fe para le dog bus mo rapi anta da gimbe na ga ngam kane ma para ki mo ma zama ga no mo eta to be no kam nganta ka bete to manyi ni mere tum sila bana weta kama benga ni ga manko anga obi rap ni ka for mo to ba sa ga ambu tingu tini mo kuru isingu ngom mba no ira bazira njini ba imba ngom no ira bazira ndizam kama zama buke bazira njini ga taba ga ninga mo wakan jiro bo rap nga mabenga woni nga banenga mazama buke ba benga uza kwara be shoto no be zama za obi the next boma woni the next move plan the crash aber tabu chom tuo chom miru chom fe chom sima faga ne ay mo ko ne to ga ba nuru ye mo ko ne to beru chom menemo Moing bomb nasa kenano. Man, I'm a pigeon. Bazoo. Listen, I'm a fucker on a dumb man. When I walk up, I was I've been a strong man. You wanna know why I don't believe in a woman. No, if you didn't bang guys, cabin and their man, eh? Love it to be frank, you be grand. I follow for your back, no say, give I'm a rank. If you be colonial, I've been a shidang. If not for Melatin, I know say me, I did my dang. Thanks to the rubber boy, and he still walk up a grand. That guy, they do so never strong for the man. I'm a made for the water, Abapa, and from Gola, go below, all of it, and a Padola. If time, Palaba, then I will bring matter. I did rap and sing when I clap my mother. It's my era, man, no sabi best rapper. We know the party, cause me, say me, a smooth banger. Why other instances, let's fuck up with your daughter. We all find so well, please stay in your choppers. I win, take an audition, they give me a condition, they I walk a fine job, they say my involved. Me I give a lift map, me I give a lift scar, me I give a sing song with Mendele Pascal. Now small small but turn superstar. Win all the guy they for part like Topo. Me I been a Joe, I been a old school, I they go school. Sometimes I didn't go smooth and I need something for good news so that my profit go smooth. Hope you to feel me, eh? I get rhyme scheme and a fine thing when I thank me, invite me for your party. I go up to tell you go dash me a cocky. Minimum. Man I plan to it and it's strong now. Let me give you something in English. Mazua. I hustle for breakfast, lunch, and supper. My family, great grandsons and daughters, co-bachelors, widows, and even the orphans for the sick, poor people in my village, and the others for the deaf, for the dumb, and the blind, and the physically disabled who can't feel my rap in one way or the other. Minimum.